Scenario 5. Culture. Real Scene 4. Money. Money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. Ayn Rand. My goal. After I complete Scenario 5, I'll be able to write noun phrases with relative clauses and make requests. I'll also learn about money and tips on how to use it properly. Introductory questions. Number 1. In your own words, what does money mean? Number 2. What are the uses of money? Number 3. What is the history of coins and paper money?
Money. Money is anything that is commonly accepted by a group of people for the exchange of goods, services, or resources. Every country has its own system of coins and paper money. Money is an important feature of virtually every economy. Without money, members of a society must rely on the barter system in order to trade goods and services. Unfortunately, the barter system has an important downside in that it requires a double coincidence of wants. In other words, the two parties engaged in a trade must both want what the other is offering. This feature makes the barter system highly inefficient. For example, a plumber looking to feed his family would have to search out a farmer who needs plumbing work done on his house or farm. If such a farmer were not available, the plumber would have to figure out how to trade his services for something that the farmer wanted, so that the farmer would be willing to sell food to the plumber. Luckily, money largely solves this problem. In order to understand much of macroeconomics, it's crucial to have a clear definition of what money is. In general, people tend to use the term money as a synonym for wealth. For example, Warren Buffett has a lot of money, but economists are quick to clarify that the two terms are not in fact synonymous. In economics, the term money is used specifically to refer to currency, which is, in most cases, not an individual's only source of wealth or assets. In most economies, this currency is in the form of paper bills and metal coins that the government has created. But technically, anything can serve as money, as long as it possesses three important properties. The item serves as a medium of exchange. In order for an item to be considered money, it must be widely accepted as payment for goods and services. In this way, money creates efficiency because it eliminates uncertainty regarding what is going to be accepted as payment by various businesses. The item serves as a unit of account. In order for an item to be considered money, it must be the unit that prices, bank balances, etc. are reported in. Having a consistent unit of account creates efficiency, since it would be pretty confusing to have the price of bread quoted as a number of fish, the price of fish quoted in terms of t-shirts, and so on. The item serves as a store of value. In order for an item to be considered money, it has to a reasonable degree, hold its purchasing power over time. This feature of money adds to efficiency because it gives producers and consumers flexibility in the timing of purchases and sales, eliminating the need to immediately trade one's income for goods and services.
Coins and paper money. Metal objects were introduced as money around 5000 BC. By 700 BC, the Lydians became the first in the Western world to make coins. Countries were soon minting their own series of coins with specific values. Metal was used because it was readily available, easy to work with, and could be recycled. Since coins were given a certain value, it became easier to compare the cost of items people wanted. Some of the earliest known paper money dates back to China, where the issue of paper money became common from about AD 960 onwards.
Grammar structure 1. Defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses are usually introduced by a relative pronoun, such as that, which, who, or whose. The man who you met yesterday was my father. The car which hit me belonged to Pat. When we are talking about people, you use that or who in relative clauses. She was the woman who wrote me the letter. When we are talking about things, you use that or which in relative clauses. I will tell you the first thing which I can remember. Writing. Exercise. Complete the sentences by adding the following words: when, where, whose, why. Do you remember the time we got lost? John? Is he the one? Bike you borrowed? Carlos is the one. Desk is next to mine. They are building a hotel on the street. We live. Can you give me a reason I should help you? This is definitely the place. I left it.
Representative money. With the introduction of paper currency and non-precious coinage, commodity money evolved into representative money. This meant that what money itself was made of no longer had to be very valuable. Representative money was backed by a government or bank's promise to exchange it for a certain amount of silver or gold. For example, the old British pound bill, or pound sterling, was once guaranteed to be redeemable for a pound of sterling silver. For most of the 19th and 20th centuries, the majority of currencies were based on representative money through the use of the gold standard. Fiat money. Representative money has now been replaced by fiat money. Fiat is the Latin word for "let it be done." Money is now given value by a government fiat or decree. In other words, enforceable legal tender laws were made. By law, the refusal of legal tender money in favor of some other form of payment is illegal.
Grammar structure 2. Request. We usually make request using the following expressions. Can you? Would you mind? Could you? Would you mind if? I wonder if you'd mind. Would you be able to? Could you lend me your camera? Would you mind taking me to the airport?
$. The origin of the $sign is not certain. Many historians trace the $sign to either the Mexican or Spanish peas for pesos or piastres, or pieces of 8. The study of old manuscripts shows that the S gradually came to be written over the P, looking very much like the dollar mark. Excerpts on How to Manage Your Money, 10 Tips for Regular People by S.E. Jones. Below are 10 tips for regular people on how to manage money. 1. Use a budget. Yes, it is a drag having to make up and stick to a budget, but doing so will do two major things for you. The first is, it will show you where all your money goes every month. The second is, it will help you see very clearly if you are spending more than you make. 2. Save some. Every single person that has an income should have some form of savings, whether it's dropping some coins in a jar or a portion of your paycheck into a savings account. If you don't save, you won't have money for when emergencies come up, and you won't have money when it comes time to retire. 3. Cut out impulse buying. One of the biggest mistakes regular people make with their money is impulse buying. It sucks up far more of your money than you are aware of and generally gives you very little return value. The solution: make a firm decision to stop all impulse buying, especially around the holidays, and stick to it.
Number 4. Stop being lazy. Probably the second biggest mistake regular people make with their money is being lazy. They don't shop around for a better price. They don't do their homework when making major purchases. They don't take the time to learn what things mean and wind up with mortgages they don't understand. So if you want to manage your money better, take a more active role in how it's being spent. Number 5. Get a plan. You can't just get up, go to work, come home, eat, and go to bed. Life keeps going on whether or not you are paying attention. Managing your money means managing your life. It means looking forward towards the future and making plans to get there. Number 6. Stop reaching. Another thing that really messes up regular people's financial situations is buying beyond their means. It means buying things you can't afford or expecting to be able to live at a certain standard of living simply because you believe you deserve it, even if you can't afford it. If you want to manage your money well, accept what you earn and live within your means. If you can't accept it, then go figure out how to make more, rather than just spending more at the expense of your future. Number 7. Give some away. Nothing makes you appreciate your money more than how you feel when you give some of it away. Pick a charity and start giving. Number 8. Get off the credit crutch. There is this thing that happens to people when they start relying on credit cards to get them through whatever crisis may be at hand. They start to feel like they couldn't survive without the safety net. The thing is, more often than not, it's an illusion. You probably could very easily survive without any credit cards at all. You just don't want to, because what if you might want something that you can't afford? Get over it.
9. Invest. Everyone should invest some of their money. This is in addition to putting some money into savings. Invest in safe things like gold or treasury bills. It's just good to diversify. 10. Look for money drains. Finally, look into how some of your money might be slipping away each month unnoticed. Look at your electricity bill, for example. Every month, you are likely paying for the luxury of having all your electronics stay warmed up and ready for you to go. Put them on power strips and turn those power strips off after using your equipment, and you'll likely see an immediate, noticeable reduction in your bill. There are other things like this that you might look into as well. Look closer at what you are paying for.
Writing exercise. Write requests for these situations. 1. You want a friend to lend you a book. Number 2. You want a friend to help you move. Number 3. You want your neighbor to turn the stereo down. Number 4. You want someone to tell you how to get to the store. Number 5. You want to borrow a friend's camera. Verbs and nouns that are commonly used together. Accept. An apology, an excuse, an explanation, a reason. Leave. Instructions, a message, a phone number. Send. An invitation, a message, a reply. Give. An answer, an excuse, an apology, an explanation. Make. An apology, an excuse, a joke, a phone call. Writing. Complete these sentences with a suitable verb. I need to. A message to my sister right now. I'll be right back. I have to. A phone call. I invited Nancy to go out, but she hasn't me an answer yet. Someone called you yesterday, but he didn't. A name or message.
Research spot. Look for more information about 1. History of the euro. 2. Stock market.